Hi everybody, welcome back to Vintage Stories Season 2 Episode 64 with me here. I'm up in the frozen wastes of the north. It's spring, but it is still -6. That is making some perry. We've got rock going on over there. I think that should be more or less done with. I came up basically to sort out my food situation, so I've got bread and that's got a decent amount of things, so we're going to be eating that. That's still also pretty good. Probably the bread is the stuff we should be eating first. I have also made a whole bunch of pies. I've added a mod which is no more leather rot. I think no more leather rot, something along those lines. I don't like that new mechanic. Yeah, a whole bunch of pies up here ready. We've still got plenty of these. We've got lots of life left in them. There's some pickled carrots. Yeah, food was getting to be a problem, so I needed to do something about it. And down here, where it's nice and warm, I mean 11.3 degrees is not warm. It is only 7:30 in the morning though, so it's quite toasty. Jenny here has actually managed to get a bighorn ewe as a friend. Don't know how. And I have been chiseling like a loon to clear this back, and I have run a bit out of dirt, and I just need to go somewhere and dig a whole load of dirt, so I've got dirt to backfill some of these areas. Need to decide what I'm going to do here. I'll probably backfill all of that. We'll bring this level because I want a decent sized forge building. I haven't taken this down yet. That's going to be a challenge. I mean, you can see I'm already, well equipped in terms of raw stone, so that's good. I think these are at stage 11. These are not quite there yet. These are ready, but I need to work out how I do soya. And we are here right now. I would like to explore some more, and I think I'd like to head this way to start off with while I've got some exploring time. Hup. And all of that needs to find a home. Now the forge I do want to make bigger, as I've already kind of suggested. I need a bigger and better forge, and I need to get wind power in there so we can get pulverizer and halve hammers and all the good machinery that we need to take advantage of that. But I do need to be exploring for resources down here, and as I say, I could do with just digging up a whole load of dirt so I've got something to backfill, because I really don't have a lot. It's we'll avoid Mr. Sheep, because sheep's is bad tempered, especially those with the big horn rams. They're a little bit grumpy, and we don't like grumpy. So yeah, this episode probably going to be more exploration than building, just because I still need to clear a lot of space. That took a lot longer than I anticipated, and then I went and borrowed a few things. That was just the somebody chucking out into the bin outside. I don't know whether it came through on the microphone or not, but it scared me half to death, so it was worth mentioning. So I think we'll head down that way, and then we'll try and head over here. Don't particularly like the built-upness of, or the terrain down there, but yeah, it'll be good, and we'll see what we can find. do like to get out and adventure. As a recording, I think my first episode with the new soundtrack had gone live, which of course is the soundtrack that is now abandoned because the copyright-free music that I thought I'd found and actually ran through the YouTube algorithm and left there for several hours to give YouTube time to properly scan it, had one of the songs claimed. So there's a very strong possibility that I may have some claim going against things. Now, don't get me wrong; these are not these are not strikes. They don't threaten the channel in the sense that a copyright strike does. They are copyright claims, which means that a portion of the revenue that I would generate on a video goes to the author of that soundtrack. So it's not the end of the world, but as I mentioned in my previous Rusty Gears video, I think I have bit the bullet and I have signed up for Epidemic Sounds as a source of music for my videos. Which means that anything that does get flagged, I just dispute it and tell them I have an Epidemic Sounds license, and they basically take away the things. I want blueberry bushes because those are actually surprisingly rare. Or at least of all the bushes, they're the ones I tend to find the least. So definitely worthwhile hunting around for. Of course, blueberries as well, so bonus. And we can continue looking down this way. Don't think that's anything. Of course, the problem with blueberries is they won't last long. And I've already got an inventory full of food that won't last long, so that's 2 days, that's 6 days. So I do need to keep my thoughts about me. I also, because of the nature of this terrain, need to keep my wits about me for... That's a log. And they're chickens. Yeah, wits about me for wolves. I shouldn't mention them because I know from personal experience that talking about them only makes them more likely to happen. Now, I'm not too desperately worried. I might have this lead because then we can make whatever it's called. I think this is actually, it's rich as well, so it's a good lead. We'll have that. Yeah, it does you good to get out and explore. I really do enjoy the exploration side of this game. It has things. Almost to the point where I am contemplating trying to work out, just trying to see down there, can't really, trying to work out if it's possible to come up with a version of Vintage Story which is more like my old Nomad series. And again, this is not something that is going to happen overnight, even if I can figure out how to make a nomadic. Oh, good grief. Just lead everywhere. Now what we obviously need for that is portability in our base. Now we could handle that one of two ways. We could use it where I have an infinite durability, or a pair of infinite durability teleporters. So I can go out, I can almost treat the teleportation zone like a pocket dimension. If you remember those mods from Minecraft where you could create a little pocket dimension, you put it down and go into your pocket dimension where you'd stashed your stuff. That would be one way of doing it. It's not necessarily the most immersive way of doing it. I don't like the look of that. That does not look like a good friendly place. So we'll leave that. There was a little bit more lead up here, as I recall, and yeah, but some means of carrying your base with you would be what I'm kind of trying for here. Oh, this is going to be awkward, isn't it? Depends on how far it goes, I suppose. Especially seeing as I said I wanted some dirt, didn't I? Oh, there's clay there as well. Would like fire clay though. That would be that'll do for now. And I'm just going to drop. There you go. You can have that for throwing at people. Not me, obviously. But yeah, the opportunity to get out and explore and make it almost the primary objective of the series sounds reasonably interesting. Sorry, I'm just pausing to see if I can hear any telltale signs. It's a bit difficult with this rain. Hello, get off of that. Whilst I have bears turned off, it doesn't mean I can't step on the tail of something else. I have got my I've got my backpack on my back, haven't I? So foraging down here is definitely easy. I suppose we should eat that. Not finding. I mean, whether we should go that way a bit and uncover the map that direction as we continue south. Although the amount of stuff covered by the fog of war there is so small, it probably won't unveil a great deal. Yeah, surprisingly interest free, I'm afraid. So yeah, it's interesting, and I am definitely contemplating that. There is also a possibility Although, I don't know how I'd end up playing this. Whether we'd end this season before we got to. We'll get the new Terra Praetor. I mean, there's a lot of debate amongst us vintage story players about some of these changes. You know, for example, I know, for example, that Punkhole doesn't Punk on the server, Punkhole, doesn't like the fact that you can't block spawns by putting cobbles down. Now, I am not so bothered about that, providing there is another way to block spawns, and illumination is a little bit difficult without an overlay map. And I'm not sure actually, have I got an overlay? Let me just check my controls. I thought Control N. Don't think so. I thought that there is a mod that does it. So that would be one thing where you can quite easily see where your illumination isn't sufficient to prevent drifter spawning in your base. Because I'm not being funny, but you know, if I go to the trouble of making myself a food cellar, and it's a decent sized food cellar, I don't really want to have to run the risk of getting down. Now, they've obviously reduced the light element of that, because it was at one point you couldn't have a light source, or the light source couldn't be brighter than a certain level. I wonder whether rafting might... Oh, hello, there's some more stuff there. Okay, well, we'll have it. There's an element of, I think, dislike over Terra Praetor being gone, and this being the new Terra Praetor. Of course, you know, it is a recipe it's actually not required. It's just high fertility soil, isn't it? Not even required for Terra Praetor. No, that's T. Let me... So Terra Praetor, I'm trying to remember what is involved in making that now. Either, high fertility soil, bone meal, compost and crushed coal. Or charcoal, bone meal, things, but is it basically you get more... Wow, it's everywhere. I can't move for it, can I? And I'm fairly certain that we will patch some of the changes out, you know, using mods depending on whatever version we end up playing on for next season. I think that's kind of inevitable. I mean, it's one of the reasons why you play modded, isn't it? Is to change the things you don't like. Now for me, it's not so much I don't like something, it doesn't make sense to me. For example, you know, obviously I'm rocking meteoric iron spears here. It makes no sense to me at all why in the vanilla game spears stop a bronze. You know, spears were definitely not just a Bronze Age weapon. You know, they were used by people, you know, who had perfectly good steel making capabilities. So the idea that you can't make a spear out of steel or iron seems nonsensical. So I modded that out because that is the sense that to me. Whereas, if I'm brutally honest, the idea that the leather rots and modding that one out is entirely due to the fact that I don't like it. I think leather's tough enough in Vintage Story without giving you a 5-day window of opportunity to process it. Or you should at least be able to do other things with it, like maybe dry it, or, you know, give you some kind of preservation over and above normal. Let's have a look what we got going on. Right, I need my chest. Give me that. Place you down. And we can, oh hello. I am looking forward in version 2.0 to the boats. They look really good. I suspect season 4 will be out before 2.0. Whether we can upgrade to it part way through, because obviously we've resisted it this time around, is another question. But let's just head over here. I see a little bit of a ruin there. So that's something we can check out. It's not hugely exciting, but you know, it's always nice to get out. I think I've said that already. And we'll pick you up and just stick you in my backpack for now. So this is the kind of terrain I prefer. The terrain where you can see what's coming at you. I am not going to start gathering those. That's just I may regret it later, but we need to it's one piece of flax. There's another one of those little monoliths. They are, if anything, possibly a little bit too common. But well, it would be wrong not to have it. What time are we at? 6 o'clock at night. This looks like it's probably... just the monolith. Oh well. I mean, you know, oh well, I'm actually quite pleased. I quite like those monoliths. Right, from here, am I better? Let's try walking, because that looks like it's reasonably... I think we are probably better walking. I mean, I must admit, I do agree with most people, like with the Angel Bell, for example. It does actually take a bit of the exploration away. So I'm not averse to a little bit of Longshanks mare when necessary. But I'm just going to keep on going for a bit. I could sit here and rattle for ages. And I will be back in a short while. Okay, there's something... Oh dear. Okay. This is a ruin which is going to make me work for my supper. I think is probably fair comment on this one. It is not going to be friendly by any stretch. If it's the one I think it is, and I'm fairly certain it is, this is going to... Oh, don't tell me I put the damn thing away. I did. Let's put these out of the way, because... Oh, hello. What are you doing out at daytime, huh? Stupid. Right. Where were we? I was going to put some stuff out of the way. I'll have that away for the time being. All of that lead can be stashed, as can those seeds, those bushes, all of this dirt, and I think that will do. We'll pop that. No, yeah, we'll pop that there. We'll pick up the. We'll try and pick up the chest. It's a surface drifter, so it's not going to have anything worthwhile, but that's fine. Because in here there's going to be stuff that I'd rather not face. Possibly a saw blade, possibly a two-headed. And it looks like there may be some more ruin around there. Now this, I am fairly certain that this is, yeah, this is the one. This is a big old ruin. And as I recall, it has a fair amount of unpleasantness in it. And I think that's the first bit of unpleasantness we have to deal with. Damn you. Run. Run. Why am I not running? Why am I so slow? Because I'm on a different key binding. Oh God, this is painful. So right, that's one less thing to worry about. Now I've just got to run. Nope, that's not run. I need to change my key binding to. Good grief, those are vicious, especially when you get your key binding wrong. Right, let me back off a little bit. This is not important, by the way, this is just the way I like to arrange my stuff. Use what bit of healing I've got. I'll have a look at this ruin while we're here. This one I think should be a little tamer. Oh, careful. Yeah, I thought as much. Well, we'll take that. We'll take the scroll. I might as well take the sticks, and we'll definitely take the thing. Now, why is my run bind different? Sprint is control, sneak is shift. So if I make sneak control and sprint shift, then I'm the correct way round to the way I am on the Rusty Gear server, which means that next time I need to run, I can actually run. That's probably not wise though. Right. So we've dealt with that. What I would like to do, if I can manage it, is approach this from kind of the top. Rather than the infinitely more difficult see, those are just a couple of, I'd say they were the corrupt or tainted to guess. Oh, I've got the immediate drop, mob drop thing on, haven't I? Oh yeah, I added a mod. Again, this is, it kind of makes sense. The idea of having to cut up your kills all the time is, not to put too fine a point on it, somewhat painful. Damn you. He's a good shot, isn't he? Yeah, I mean, you know, the idea that you have to cut up. But I will take those. Oh, hang on. Oh, I would have done if I had not dropped them. How do I get up there? Well, let's take those. At least we're working things, but we've only seen one of the nasties in this. This ruin has potentially two nasties to deal with. Because the other nasty that you'll find in here is two-headed normally, and that's in the dungeon bit. However, we might as well search the place. A cultured tavern, not my favourite cylinder, but I'll take the bookshelves. Yeah, walnut seeds, suppose, better than a pulverizer frame. Abso-fraggin-lutely. Right, how am I going to get up there? Like that, I suppose. At least it's not absolutely crawling with locusts, which makes a change. Chucking. Little chucking down there. Right. Empty, empty. I'm not grabbing loads of these. I have a load of these ones, and to be honest, they're more trouble than they're worth. I'd rather have ones I've built myself. Right, let's how do I, well, I suppose I should actually eat. That might not be a bad idea. And then we'll check the top layer before the ground floor, I should say. That's probably a better way of describing it, isn't it? And that was, I just heard something take damage. Which in itself should be making me nervous. That's definitely another drifter out there. Take the sunflower seeds, leave the mace. Messenger belt, that and that. Yeah, not bothered about the firewood. Not really bothered about the beds. Do want to be ready to sprint, however. Right. No, it's another saw blade. Damn it. Run. Don't dance with it. Go and grab my spears. That's my saving grace. Good grief. Well, it wasn't the two-headed drifter, which is the real, oh, damn it, the real danger down here. But and again, I'm not going to collect every bit of decorative stuff in here. There's just too much. But yeah, that is not. So the other thing I don't like is this now is 0%. Do they all 0% repair? Do they all just break? It certainly suggests that they do, and I'm not sure I like that. I wonder whether there's a config for that to set that up at a thing. The glue, I do like the idea of the glue, and being able to go and attempt to repair these to give you a better chance of picking them up. I think that is I could have sworn there was something through there. Oh, onion and turnips and Cultured Tavern, another copy of it. They obviously like Cultured Tavern around here. Lime, knife, sticks, yeah. Really doesn't seem worthwhile. Now, what is growling around down here? I can hear him. a shame I don't have any temporal gears on me, because we could have made that up. But you know, you can't have everything. So yeah, that is one of the larger ruins, and as you've no doubt can tell, it's unpleasant. I think that will probably be our screenshot for this episode as well. So and let me check how long I've been recording. Yeah, I think this will probably leave us for this episode. We can teleport back at any time, so I am kind of tempted to push on, because that could be a ruin there. It could just be some rock formations. There isn't enough exposed. But while we're out, it kind of makes sense to be out, you know what I mean? Out and about. So I'm going to leave this episode here, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.